all these issues and say the game is good. It's not in my review style. I can't call myself a nitpicker if I choose to ignore these issues. I'm sorry, but I have to say that Sonic Unleashed is a mixed game. 5 out of 10. Sorry, Matt. But for the Wii version, however, it's got problems in the game. Hello everybody, Nitpicker1 here, complaining about issues great and small for your entertainment. And today we're going to be talking about Sonic Generations.
Why do you speak slander on Sonic? Oh wait, am I late?
2 GBA games and a haunted DS game later, you sure are.
Oh, well this is embarrassing. Didn't I hear you say you're on Generations? Oh well, you wanna collab to make this less awkward?
As long as I don't get another deck in the face, sure, get over there.
Got it.
So Sonic started to get his act together. Sonic Unleashed did well in terms of sales. Sonic Colors was a smashing success, both critically and commercially. Now it came time to celebrate Sonic's 20th anniversary in 2011, celebrating everything old and new about the Blue Blur.
20 years is a big deal, especially for Sonic the Hedgehog. So Sega didn't want to drop a mediocre title this time around. They wanted to drop a game that was made purely for celebration. Thus Sonic Generations being born. The boosting formula was back with remakes of old levels from previous Sonic games, except this time, alongside the boosting formula, we had an old formula make a return, that being Classic Sonic, which is a formula that we haven't seen in over a decade, not counting the handheld titles.
So with all the celebration and tribute, did Sonic Generations succeed at everything it wanted to do? Is it the best Sonic game in a while? Well, let's find out. Let's get in the group shot. Let's nitpick Sonic Generations. A quick disclaimer before we get started. I was the one that recorded this game and played the PC version initially, but it does that thing where it changes your screen when it boots up. It was a bitch to record initially, but then I figured it out and recorded it later on. But while all that was going on, I went ahead and recorded the Xbox 360 version, so you might be seeing a mix of both versions, so just keep in mind while watching. And with that, Matt, start us off.
The story begins with Classic Sonic running through a familiar Green Hill Zone when suddenly a strange monster shows up and sends a blast of energy in all directions.
I know Classic Sonic doesn't have a voice, but why am I hearing a really bad Sean Connery impression? Anyway, we then cut to Sonic's friends organizing and then celebrating Sonic's birthday with a surprise party, when a strange thing later known as the Time Eater sucks Sonic's friends into the past. But more importantly, they ruined Sonic's chili dog! But then Sonic wakes up in a suspension of time and space, where not only Sonic's friends, but also past locations, have been stuck in time, erasing all color and light. So now Sonic have to run through the zones to restore life and color to them and his friends to save all of time and stop the Time Eater. And oh, hi Classic Tails. Yeah, Classic Tails just shows up out of nowhere after you defeat the first boss. He just shows up like he was always with them the whole time. That's strange. After some running around, we discover that the creature doesn't really like Chaos Emeralds, so they figure that,
and I bet you double we're gonna need all 7 emeralds.
You think we'll need them all? But that's it for the story for now until the end. Overall, the story is still holding on to that simple storytelling like in Unleashed, and especially in the colors department, which is fine, but I'm really starting to miss those epic plot points with those actual well-written characters. Oh my god, is that a redundant statement?
I too miss the ambitious storytelling from the earlier Sonic games. This story isn't necessarily bad, it's just very empty, which is the safe option and is guaranteed to work well with critics. But I can't help but feel disconnected with this game due to its simple story. Ambitious stories bring high stakes, which in return gives you a more memorable Sonic game. Overall though, the story is here to get the job done, and thankfully it was successful.
Hey, quick thing before we go on with the game. Can you make any other face besides... It's kind of bothering me.
You don't want to see my other face.
Oh, but I think I in fact do.
Trust me. You don't.
Okay, Jesus, fine. Well, enough with the story. It's time to get into the presentation. And remember, I'm going off the PC version because it looks the best and it looks so good. I don't think the model quality and lighting are as good as Unleashed, but god damn, everything just looks so sharp and smooth. Everything just pops so well. The Xbox 360 version looks a little dirtier and not as good, but it still looks fine. But the money is on the PC version for sure. I think this game looks great. Not as good as Unleashed, but in some part it is, and the game runs in a smooth 60 or 30 on console, so it's better by default. But let's get into the soundtrack, and yeah, there's not much to talk about this time because it's all remixes, but they all sound great. City Escape is a fucking bop now, even though it doesn't replace the original for me, but it's pretty close. And some I feel are just the original, but with more. But they don't sound bad though. But I have to mention, this game did get a 3DS version, similar to how Colors got a DS version. And we're not going to talk much about it, but I just want to give a massive shout out to its Big Arms remix. The best song in the game, bar none. It just goes so damn hard.
They even included a feature that allows you to change the music within the stages to a selection of tracks from Sonic's history. I mean, what better way to reward players than to give them music from a series that is known to have a top-of-the-line soundtrack? They even included the best of the best tracks, such as Live and Learn, His World, and Splash Hills.
Shh, don't talk about that one.
What? Why?
I don't want to nitpick that one. If you don't mention it, I might not have to do it.
Oh, okay, sorry man, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
They included the best of the best tracks, such as Live and Learn, His World, and Endless Possibilities. Honestly, this is a great addition to the game. It's something that you didn't know you needed until it was shown to you. Little things like this show that Sonic Team at the time had a great understanding of what the community likes and their interests.
Alright, well now let's discuss voice acting, and thank goodness, Roger doesn't sound drunk anymore. He still has nothing on Jason Griffith still, but he's better than Ryan Drummond in my opinion, so that works for me. Hey, you see our new boy Roger evolving over here?
Ah, man, such an evolution. Going from pure garbage to decent performance, it gets me every time, man. Anyway.
Damn! Oh, but let's not forget the best voice actor, Classic Sonic's.
Oh man, the classic supremacists are even happier!
I will add, by the way, because of the lack of voice acting for Classic Sonic, Sega really needed to make sure he was expressive, and honestly, I don't think they did that bad of a job. Remember, this is Sega we're talking about. The emotions for these characters can be at the same level of quality as a weird porno you found on xxvideos.com.
What do you do in your free time again, Nitpicker?
I play Sonic all the time. What do you think I do? Well, now it's time to get into the gameplay, starting with Classic Sonic. Take it away, Matt.
Alright, Classic Sonic from Sonic Generations tackles the old-fashioned Classic Sonic gameplay formula. You gain speed over time, and you can go really fast down specific terrain. But something that is very different this time around is your spin dash. It got a pretty big upgrade. You just hold X, and you watch Sonic fly across the screen. Normally, this is something that I would criticize because it's way too overpowered. But if I'm being honest, I love using the spin dash. The overpowered spin dash surprisingly works very well with this game. It's an easy way of obtaining the same gratification that you get from playing the boosting gameplay. But of course, you can't get too cocky because you will end up in a death pit if you just spam the spin dash. Overall, the spin dash while being overpowered is really fun to use, and I commend it for changing up the old formula while maintaining the spirit.
Yeah, some of these stages I feel I can clear in seconds due to this flat out broken spin dash, but I can't say it ain't fun to use. But running along Classic Sonic is of course Modern Sonic. Using the boost formula once again, this game feels way more like Unleashed than Colors, which I did say before had the better gameplay. And I'm here to report that the gameplay is just as good. Boost with blistering speed across nostalgic zones, making sure no enemies are left in your tracks. However, the control is kinda awkward when you're not going fast. What I'm saying is boot up Sonic Generations right now and just try walking in a circle. It's awkward as hell. Now in fairness, you never need to do that, but it's just something to be noted when talking about controls. Other than that, the control's alright. Alright, let's discuss level design next. You're up, Dreamcast face.
Alright, so the level design for Sonic Generations is very much a balance between the philosophies of Sonic Colors and Sonic Unleashed. Much like Sonic Unleashed, you're still going at blitzing speeds and you still have to react very fast to oncoming obstacles. However, one thing that Sonic Unleashed's level design suffered from was the lack of platforming. This was overly solved in Sonic Colors, where your ability to platform is constantly being tested instead of your reflexes. Sonic Generations realized this and added a lot more platforming segments into the levels this time around. So now what you get in retrospect is a level with a nice mix of testing your reflexes and testing your ability to platform correctly. Sure, there are some downsides, like the fact that the 2.5D sections drag on for a lot longer than Unleashed. But this is because of platforming. But that doesn't really bother me too much. I don't really care about there being a lot more 2D. But that's not everything. Sonic Generations also added a nice spin of their own to the boosting level design. There are tons of different pathways in all of these levels. Sometimes you won't even know that these pathways exist until many years down the line. That's how expansive these levels are. It's actually pretty brilliant.
While the game does have Modern Sonic and Classic Sonic, making the classic levels fully 2D, you would assume that this was when Modern Sonic went completely 3D, right? No. Modern Sonic still has 2D sections in his levels, which is fine, there's nothing wrong with that, but it makes the game feel completely imbalanced, making a game feel more like a 2D game with 3D sections than a 3D game with 2D sections, which is how I think it should feel. Ignoring that though, judging Modern Sonic stages by themselves without Classic Sonic, these are indeed some of the best levels from the Boost trilogy, if you don't count Unleashed. I do indeed prefer that game's more reflex-based and open levels, however I do prefer the open stages of Sonic Generations, though the problem is that well, the game has a lack of challenge. If you were to beat any of Unleashed's stages in one go on your first time, you would be the Sonic Messiah. You beat Sonic Generations stages on your first try and nobody even squints. But, in my opinion, challenge is not what matters to me. Sure, I think there should be challenge, but by and large, I prefer an exhilarating experience, and Generations delivers on that front, in spades, for me at least. It's really fun to just boot this game up from time to time, shut your brain off while blasting through these zones. Along with these stages, though, are bonus levels offering unique gameplay designs, including using Sonic's friends to help you get through certain hazards. You must do one of these in order to get 3 boss keys to fight a boss and continue the game. And I didn't play very much of them for the sake of this video, but from what I played from the past, they seem okay. None of them that bullshit or weird.
That piece of junk robot is no match for my charms. Here goes.
Scratch that last one. But we've been here talking about running through nostalgic zones. But let's discuss those nostalgic zones because I have some things to say. So Green Hill, Chemical Plant, I'm alright with. That's all well and good. Sky Sanctuary, not my first pick, but that's fine. But it's the other stages coming up. Speed Highway, City Escape, Crisis City, and Rooftop Run. Now these 4 stages are great and very iconic. However, my problem is that these are all city stages basically right next to each other, making the stages feel very redundant. Especially because Speed Highway and City Escape look very similar to each other, except one is just at night. And also, I gotta point out the obvious. Why is Crisis City here when Sonic 06 was erased from the timeline? Why not have Wave Ocean or Kingdom Valley, as that's a part of Soliana, and Sonic did go through there? And what about Seaside Hill when we already have Green Hill that look basically alike? Though I will say I do like how they match Ocean Palace later in the stage. But I'm supposed to be angry right now. But anyway, let's do something fun. Let's put ourselves into the shoes of Sega and pick zones we think should have been in the game, and since this is for the funsies, let's just throw the storybook games in there, since apparently they might have been thinking about putting them in during development, because of the poll Sega put out during development, so let's throw them in just for fun. And since I have my guests here, I'll let them go first. Let's see what you got, Matt.
For Sonic 1 and 2, I would keep the stages about the same with Green Hill and Chemical Plant. But for Sonic 3, I would replace Sky Sanctuary with Hydro City, because I feel like there's a lot more people who have played that stage. And in my opinion, it feels like the most iconic stage for Sonic 3 besides Sky Sanctuary. For Sonic Adventure, I would have chosen Emerald Coast, because that game is obviously very much associated with water. And most people are probably aware of what Emerald Coast is. It's a very iconic stage. For Sonic Adventure 2, I would keep Cityscape the way it is. For Sonic Heroes, I know that this is going to suck for some to hear, but I would have chosen Grand Metropolis. Another city stage because that stage screams Sonic Heroes more than any other stage in the game. With Sonic 06, I would have chosen Kingdom Valley because it's iconic. And it's literally on the box art. When it comes to Secret Rings, it would make sense to pick Dinosaur Jungle, but at the same time, Pirate Storm would be swagalicious. For Sonic Unleashed, I would have kept a Rooftop Run. No surprise. Black Knight would have had Misty Lake because that stage is just beautiful. And for colors, I would keep Planet Wisp. But I wouldn't mind if they chose Tropical Resort, because that would have looked beautiful with Sonic Generations graphics.
I'm with you on Green Hill and Chemical Plant, Matt. I feel like these two zones are basically necessary. For Sonic 3 though, fuck off with that Hydro shitty shit. For my pick, I'm gonna say Launch Base Zone, so that it transitions with classic Sonic's final boss a bit better. For Sonic Adventure, I think it'd be cool if they combined Station Square and Emerald Coast into a stage. After all, Station Square is the most iconic from that game. I think it could work well. And hell, a mod even tampered with this idea, turning Mystic Ruins into a stage. Sonic Adventure 2, City Escape can stay, because I feel like that's the most iconic Sonic stage ever, so that has to stay. Replace Seaside Hill with Egg Fleet, and you could do a cool thing where it transitions to the stormy aesthetic near the end of the stage. That'd be cool. Sonic 06, I'd say Kingdom Valley, because again, Sonic went to Kingdom Valley in 06, so therefore it all fits together. Sonic Unleashed, I'd say replace it with Shamar, get a couple of desert levels in here, and end it off with Planet Wisp from Sonic Colors. It's the most iconic level from that game, other than Tropical Resort, so I think it fits the best. As for the storybook games, Dinosaur Jungle for Secret Rings, but for Black Knight, I think it should be Camelot Castle. I think it would represent the game the best, and I love the stage overall anyway. Alright, well that's it for our picks of the We're Better Than a Company Listen to Us list. So with that, let's go on to the boss fights. There are 6 bosses in total. 3 main bosses and 3 side bosses, which you need to defeat in order to get all the Chaos Emeralds and get to the final boss. Let's start with the 3 side bosses. You fight Metal Sonic, Shadow, and Silver. Don't ask why Silver's here, I don't know. But hey, his boss is kind of fun. You fight against his Psychokinesis. Shadow, you race for a ball. Aight. And Metal Sonic is just kind of tedious, but aight. The 3 main bosses are the Death Egg Robot from Sonic 2, but it doesn't replicate anything about it. Perfect Chaos, which is just a rip of the original with just some extra steps and platforming, which I enjoy, and the remix is solid. Which leaves us with Egg Dragoon from Sonic Unleashed, which is obviously completely different, and where are we? Is this Eggman Land? Doesn't look like it. Anyway, it's pretty good, though you have to attack his head and his body, and you gotta pay attention, because you could be attacking his head even though you're done with it. But other than that, it's fine.
The bosses in this game are pretty good, and are a massive step up from previous Sonic games that feature the boost. They all utilize Sonic's movesets very well, and they don't feel clunky or unnatural. In my eyes, they actually managed to perfect the boss formula. But one boss in particular, Perfect Chaos. This boss was awesome in Sonic Adventure, but they just made him better here. Back in Sonic Adventure, Sonic needed Super Sonic to defeat Perfect Chaos. But now, he can do it in his normal form. There is just something so badass about Sonic sweeping the floor with Perfect Chaos without even needing the Chaos Emeralds. He truly has come a long way since Adventure, and what better way to show that than his power? But yeah, this boss fight alone is a perfect example of how much love and effort went into the bosses of this game.
Well, before we discuss the ending and final bosses, we need to discuss one last thing that's not very official. We have to discuss the ridiculous modding community behind this game. You see, some fans thought that this game didn't have enough content and took matters into their own hands to create cool extras and bonuses that honestly feel on par if it was in the game in the first place. But I don't really mod my games for nitpicks. I don't do that because I feel as though I should judge the game as is and not use mods to fix problems. So, to not dabble in this sort of thing, Matt, why don't you walk me and the viewers through it?
Sure thing. Modding in Sonic Generations is really awesome. There are tons of options for you to sort through, everything from playing as a different character, to changing the physics, to even adding fan-made levels. This game is by far the most modded Sonic game, and it's only possible because of the dedication that the Sonic community has. It's truly amazing how much love and passion that these mod creators have for a game, considering that it came out 10 years-
Hey, Matt, you might want to look at this real quick.
Oh my god, why would someone do that?
Still no face! And finally, there's one last mod left that I feel is essential. You see, as I said earlier, the port of this game is pretty weird. You can't even put it in window mode. Why? But anyway, when I play this game vanilla on my decent PC, I got pretty consistent performance spikes. But someone got the game running through DirectX 9, and it runs way smoother. So if your game isn't running very well on your modern Windows 10 computer, make sure to give this mod a shot before you get a decked out RTX setup just for a stupid dumb Sonic game. Alright, with all that finally out of the way, let's discuss the ending. So after running through all the worlds, rebuilding color, and getting the Chaos Emeralds, you then enter the emeralds into these gears, and then open a portal to the final boss, the Time Eater. But it turns out, Eggman was behind it all along. Oh no, I totally didn't expect that.
But I bet you didn't expect that classic Robotnik was here too.
I did.
Ah, man. So it turns out that not long after the events of Sonic Colors, Eggman ran into the Time Eater, which had the great power to influence time and space. So then Eggman gets the brilliant idea to use his power of the Time Eater to undo his previous defeats. And in order to do that, he used the help of his past self. That's how we got to where we are today. But don't worry, Sonic will save us. He's been through worse. He's just got to do a little bit of running, jumping, and splat! Sonic just got murdered. But wait, what's that?
Come on, Sonic! Smack him! You've got this, Sonic.
You can win, Sonic.
You've got the power, Sonic. Focus your spirit.
We're with you guys.
Are they done yet? I know they're just trying to be cute and inspiring and everything, but...
It's just coming off lame.
And also, just about everyone says the name Sonic except for Modern Tales.
Sonic! Sonic.
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 And of course, I've got to mention, Sonic Generations has an amazing supersonic transformation.
Time to scramble some Eggman, supersonic style.
You're exactly right. We got another anniversary where two hedgehogs realize that yellow is a color on the rainbow. Anyways, the final battle is, well, lack for a better term, complete utter dog shit. Look, it's not the worst thing imaginable, except for the fact that it actually is. Especially when you compare it to any supersonic boss fight in the entire series. First off, it has a decent battle theme, but it lacks the gripping personality that previous Sonic games had. Alongside the battle just being very uninteresting. It's very unclear on how you're supposed to fight this guy, so I don't even know if I'm actually doing it right. But at the same time, I don't care enough to learn how to authentically do it. I just boost into the boss until he's dead. And it does work every time, so I'm apparently doing something successful. This part of the game is something that I will always dread playing because it's just so boring. I'm sorry, but this boss fight sucks. Hopefully Nitpicker has some nice things to say about it.
Well, not exactly. I don't really find the boss to be bad or bullshit or anything like that. I more so just find it annoying and counterintuitive. As Supersonic, only barred by your ring count, and that's fine. That worked on previous boss fights, with special mention to Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes. But the problem is that the boss doesn't adapt to that style. The only obstacle, and I mean the only obstacle you have, are pieces of debris and rubble that you can hit and slow you down. All of the attacks that the Time Eater uses are pathetic. And to add insult to injury, the Time Eater uses his power to slow down time, which doesn't do a damn thing. It slows you down and it also slows down your ring count, so there's literally no purpose of slowing down time. It's just there to be annoying. But other than those things, it's not that bad. It just kind of gets the job done and nothing more than that. It's just more annoying than anything. Well anyway, Sonic and Sonic does the final blow on Eggman, bringing back Sonic's chili dog, thank God! Then Sonic and friends enjoy the party and classic Sonic gets sent back to the past.
Hey, Sonic! Enjoy your future! It's gonna be great!
And that's it for Sonic Generations. Wait, I actually forgot something.
Huh? What? What'd you forget?
We forgot about the Unleashed project for Sonic Generations. Yeah, forgive me for just shoving this in last minute, but I need a place to talk about this. The modders for Sonic Generations ported over all of Unleashed to work in Generations, giving us a smooth 60 frames per second, and it only being the daytime stages, fixing a lot of my problems with the original game. I mean, honestly, how pathetic does your game have to be in order to be ported to another one in order to run properly?
I guess.
I mean, how bad is that? It's so incompetent that only Sonic Unleashed could achieve that. Like, holy fuck, wow. That is just an all new level of bad.
All right, put him up. I've had enough. Hey, smell the trash.
Shall we talk about our verdicts for the game?
Verdicts. Yeah, verdicts. So Sonic Generations is a great game most of the time. Sure, it does have boring moments and moments where it just gets a bit too repetitive with its nostalgia, but I think it's great for what it is. The gameplay is great, the level designs are great, and the replayability, while lacking compared to some of the other games, still has it there. Sometimes I just turn my brain off and boot the game up from time to time. It's just so satisfying to boost with incredible speeds across these nostalgic zones. It doesn't help the game including some of my favorite video games OSTs of all time. I can just turn them on a whim, it's all great. I'll say that Sonic Generations is a great game and probably the best boost game out of the main three. It knows what it wants to be and it does it well, and that's all I can hope for a game. Especially when it comes to Sonic.
For me, Sonic Generations is also a very good game. It's very casual, but not everything has to be challenging. This is a nice entry-level game for the series, and if I was to recommend any new fans a Sonic game, it would be Sonic Generations. It is a great celebration of everything we love about Sonic, and it's a great way of introducing new fans to older titles. This was a game that definitely lives up to the 20-year mark of Sonic the Hedgehog.
And that was our nitpick of Sonic Generations. Thank you all so much for watching. Do your thing.
You can find my channel at matthasnocuts, where I basically make Sonic videos and talk about why Sonic Unleashed is the best Sonic game every week. And you know what, Nitpicker? For being such a good partner and allowing me to be on this video, I'll give you your next game. Just don't open it until you're ready to play it.
Wait, what? Really? You didn't have to do that. I already have Sonic Lost World. But whatever. Alright, I'll do something with it. Anyway, get up.
His World in Splash Hills.
Don't talk about that one.
What? Why?
I don't want to nitpick that one. If you don't mention it, I might not have to do it.
Oh, okay, sorry man, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's okay.
Today, I wanted to talk about a Sonic game that I hold very close to my heart, and that is Sonic Unleashed. This game is crazy, controversial, and very high budget. I love Sonic Unleashed, but this game has some very mixed opinions. Some people love this game, and some people hate this game, and some people